Well, hello, I'm Andy Rouse and I'm here for the next few minutes to tell you about a brand new rucksack that I brought out. It's the Andy Rouse Viper. You can see it on my back here. It's designed to take very big lenses and also a lot of kit in the field with you without any compromise. So let's have a look at what's inside. So here's the Viper, and I'm going to show you piece by piece why I think it's so special and why I know it's been so useful for me over the past few months. First thing is a kneeling pad. Wet ground here. You might be outside in your pinstripe suit, or you might not, but it's a nice waterproof kneeling mat. You can get down, you can put your cameras on it. If you're on a beach and it's wet sand, you can just sit on it. It saves you getting a wet bum, and you find it's really useful. And it's stored in the outside of the bag, so that when you put it away, it's soaking wet, it doesn't soak all your camera gear. So that's the first thing, so nice little kneeling mat. Let's have a look at what's inside. Main compartment's a tube. Here you can see around the top, it's a storm cover. The storm cover is there to stop horizontal sleet, rain, snow going up inside the bag and inside. So you stretch it and pull it across. Inside we've got, and this is where all my bodybuilding has come in really useful, a 600mm lens. And notice that the 600 has the hood and the camera attached. So the idea of this rucksack is that you can very, very quickly pull out and shoot. Now, I'm not saying you can handhold a 600, but it'll fit a 500, any kind of 500, it'll fit an 800, all these kind of jobbies. So the idea is big lens, straight in, straight out. It's also got a retaining a donut here, and it goes around the lens for when you're walking quite far. If you're only walking short distances and you want to pull it out, then you leave it loose. Otherwise, you put the donut round, and then it'll hold it steady while you're walking along and stop it bouncing up and down. Alright, so we've done the main compartment, so let's have a look in the side, because often these days I don't just want to take a big lens, a 500 or a 600, I want to take a 70-200, a 200-400 or a 300-8 as well. I find that I take more and more lenses and cameras into the field these days than I've ever done before, because I'm thinking a lot more about my photography. So I had to design the Viper to be able to do that. So let's look in the big side pocket and pull it out. Yep, that's a 200-400, and I'm not suggesting that you do it, but during the testing of the rucksack, I wanted to really load it and make it as robust as I could. So that's a 200-400, again with lens and camera on, but of course, using the mat to put it down, you probably have a 70-200. It's got a 1.4 and a camera on, it fits that very nicely indeed. Also a 100-400, 300-2.8, 300-f4, whatever the combination is, it will go in there very nicely. It's very ready to shoot straight away. And I've done this deliberately because if a lot of time I shoot, it's raining or it's really windy or there's a sandstorm or something, I need to pull my gear out, and I don't want to put the camera on the lens and the hood on because I'll expose it to the elements. So with this, I can just get it out, quick shot, bang, 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 there you go. So side pocket, it's got a really nice feature in here. Somewhere to put your keys. I always have my keys jangling on my body, which is a waste of time. So I've made these waterproof zip pockets in here that you put your keys and your wallet in. The whole rucksack is waterproof anyway. Goes down very nicely. And then, of course, if it rains, I've got these really nice elasticated storm covers that go over the top as well. So it's extra protection for the side compartments. It's already built into the top, so you don't need it. Alright, so big compartment, 500, 600, slightly smaller compartment, 70-200, 1.4, 300-4, 300-2.8, 200-400, best lens in the world, I think. So that's nice in there. And then you might want a wide angle as well. Increasingly I shoot with a wide angle, and I waste so much time by changing the wide angle from the 500 and everything. So now I've got extra cameras. So I've got a much smaller pocket on this side that will fit a 24-70 with the lens hood on and the camera. I'll also fit a 70-200 with a lens reverse, this kind of thing. So I've made it really flexible so you can put all kinds of kit into it. It's very heavily padded. Again, a nice utility pocket in there. And again, waterproof cover that comes over the top. Underneath this is another utility pocket. It's just a square shape. It's got a storm cover over it. It's very deep. It will take your compact camera, your sandwiches, a book, an iPod, whatever you want, spare lenses, whatever you want to take into the field. A downloader, again, nicely padded and protected. Very useful pocket there. On the front, we've got quite a big pocket here. I originally was going to put it for a tripod, and I decided that carrying a tripod on your back is such a bad idea. I do it so much and it just really ruins your back. So it's for a hide, it's for a monopod, it's got a retaining strap here for the monopod if you want to put it in. It's really just a big utility pocket. I've got a water bottle pocket here as well to take some water with you in the field, very important with a draining strap at the bottom. And last but not least, on the side here, this is where the waterproof cover is stored for the whole rucksack. So there's a waterproof cover that goes over the whole thing. All these things are completely externalised, and again, it's got a drain pocket at the bottom. So the Viper is really tough, and it's really built to withstand the elements. It's thickly padded throughout. You can see it's got waterproof everywhere, but also underneath is very important and often forgotten. So we've given it a really solid waterproof base. It's quite thick there. As you can see, it will stand up by itself. Very important if you're working on a wet beach. I've worked at Donanook Seal Sanctuary a lot, and you're out there, you know, on the tide's just gone out, it's soaking wet everywhere, so you can kneel down, but you can also be sure that your rucksack is protecting all of your gear. As a wildlife photographer, I'm committed to conservation. I do a lot, I just don't shout about it, and this rucksack bears my badge like my Paramo gear does, so you know that we'll be making a donation from every single production run of these rucksacks to a conservation charity, and you will be able to find out on the Warehouse Express website exactly what we do and my blog. So that's that. Let's have a look at the business end of the rucksack, which is the back really. First of all, I want to show you the Union Jack. It's British made. It's made by a British manufacturing company in the West Midlands, and I'm very proud that the craftsmanship that's gone in it means it will last for a very long time. The harness is very important. I've tested many rucksacks over the years, all with different kinds of harnesses, and every rucksack I've tested, the harnesses have plus and minus, so I decided to keep this very simple, a nice curved yet padded harness, double stitched and studded at the top for long life. Nice pads there, a good pad around the waist and also the chest, and also I've got a floating pad that we've put in here, and we've kept it loose because people like to wear their rucksack in a different way. Some people like it on the bottom of their spine, some people like it sitting off their back, some people like it lower down, so you can actually move the pad around as you suit it. I like mine much lower down. So the strap is a very good system, so without further ado, it's probably time to get it on. Well, my trigger finger is getting very itchy, so it's about time I went and did some photography, so get the Viper on. It's got a lot of weight in it, it's probably about 20 odd kilos, so lift it onto your knee and then just swing it onto your back. Be very careful, hold it, get the other strap on, wiggle it on the back and then jump into it like that. Waist belt on. Very important, a lot of people forget this, the chest is very, very important because it holds it firm against your back. You know, and you have to take rucksacks with a pinch of salt. You know, if I was to walk with this for 6 hours, I would feel it. But at the moment, it's got about 20 odd kilos and it feels really nice on my back. It's nicely weighted, so it's about time I went and did some photography. See you later. One of the best things about the Viper and the unhidden benefits is that if you need to, you can get out and you can shoot really quickly. Another great shot with the Andy Rouse Viper.